Good evening, everyone. Today we are gathered here for our group discussion on very interesting topic that is National Education Policy 2020. Let us introduce myself, Avantika Vidhate from CO6I, Komal Thakre, Shravani Wankhade, Tanisha Gaur, Khushbu Dubey, Anuja Dande, Rutuja Gase, Divya Alaspure, Kashish Karwani, Devashri Landge, Ishwari Rani. Now, what is National Education Policy? Indian Ministry of Resource Human Development has has adopted this policy on was approved by Union Cabinet on 29 July 2020. Its main focus and vision is to outline the India's new education system. In on August 17, 18, 2020, All Indian Universities and National Law College has, in collaboration, attended the meeting of Union Cabinet with Vice Chancellors to on the topic of reimagining Indian universities. In 2015, India has adopted the Agenda of 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development, which has five basic aspects of access, affordability, accountability, equity, and inclusive, providing quality education and equal opportunities to everyone by 2030. Now, I request Komal for further proceeding of the discussion.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I would like to start a conversation on the topic of national education policies. As we all know, it is introduced by our government of India. It marks a significant role in our life. It replaces our previous policies by 1986. National education policies aims to address the evolutionary needs of 21st century by focusing on flexibility and quality based education. The policy also aims to promote a crucial thinking and creativity thinking amongst the students. National education policies promote the opportunities and challenges all over the students. Now,
Let's discuss on a topic evolution of a national education policy. As we know that historically India had rich and well established tradition to spreading knowledge, impacting the education system centuries gone. In ancient India, there were 15 universities, higher learning universities such as Takshashila, Nalanda, Mithila. Under the constant incursion of a barbaric invaders and attackers, they get fully apart and completely get destroyed. Under the British Empire, new era of establishment of a universities of with English dominance come into existence. After the independence in 1948, a committee is headed by the second president of India, and independent and one of the greatest teacher, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Committee to revamp the old policy and try to get aligned future and present. The first national education policy is promulgated by the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1968. The second national education policy by the Rajiv Gandhi in 1986, and this 1986 national education policy modified in 1992 by the Narasimha Rao government. The third national education policy by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2020. On the 29 July 2020, the cabinet approved this new education policy with the aim of several changes in Indian education system.
Now let's see the vision of the national education policy. The vision of the national education policy is to educate the transform of like inclusive and holistic development, and also provide high quality educations to all students. And it emphasis on promoting critical thinking, creativity, and holistic development, and also provide development integration and high quality education and etc. And the curriculum offers institution to provide training to all teachers for 21st century, and for learning better for the students, and also sense of respect towards the fundamental duties and etc. And bonding with one country. And additionally, NEP 2020 aims to restructure the curriculum and methods and teachers training to the 21st century.
So, after knowing the visions of NEP 2020, let us now discuss about the motivated and capable faculty
It is also a policy, of course. So, in the context of NEP 2020, fostering motivated and capable faculty was a priority to ensure the delivery of high quality education. Policies were also focused on supporting researchers, promoting teaching excellence, promoting the teaching skills, ensuring the work and development things, and of course creating a inclusive work environment. And as we all know that motivated and capable faculty brings passion into their teaching, instilling students and their knowledge, uh, inst- and igniting the knowledge thirst. And ultimately, motivated and capable faculty not only enhances the quality of education but also cultivates future leader and change makers. After knowing few things about motivated and capable faculty from Ms. Khushbu, I would like to discuss about the role of skill development in National Education Policy 2020. The National Education Policy emphasizes helping students to learn more practical skills, which is important for their future. It also ensures that what students are learning in their schools and colleges is relevant to the need of workplaces or not. The National Education Policy also provides and supports various skills such as critical thinking, which expects that the student should able to think deeply about different things. Communication, which expects that the student should able to express their thoughts deeply and clearly. And problem solving, which expects that the student should able to solve different problems in different ways. Overall, to wrap things up, the National Education Policy is dedicated to ensure that the education system should go beyond the textbooks and emphasizes the skills that I have mentioned.
Now we discuss about the principles of NEP 2020. There are main 5 principles of NEP 2020: access, equality, affordability, accountability, and quality. In access, ensuring universal access of all levels of education, pre-primary to grade 12, and ensuring quality of childhood care and education in the age between 3 to 6 years. Inequality, no child left behind the no child left behind in terms of the education opportunities because of their background. And quality, the purpose of the education system is to develop the good human being for capable to rational rational thoughts and actions, possessing the courage. Then in affordability, the implementation of NEP 2020 prepared several challenges such as in investment in education and the lack of teachers trained in accountability will restrain a student from the empowering the students are engaged in the process of making education and options for available to them.
After principle, let us discuss on the topic of changes and implementation strategies. The National Education Policy 2020 brings significant changes to the education system in India. Some key changes includes are holistic education, focused on holistic development, including cognitive, social, emotional, and physical development. Then flexible learning encourages multiple pathway to learning, including vocational education, online learning, and experiential learning. Then multidisciplinary approach encourage multidisciplinary approach, allowing students to select subject across their stream. Um, then teacher trainings and early childhood care and education. To implement these changes effectively, strategies such as stakeholder engagement, create curriculum development, infrastructure development, and capacity building. These strategies can help to ensure that the successful implementation of NEP 2020.
Now we discuss about professional education leads to the students. Professional education leads to ethics, and importance of personal and public purposes. It involves interdisciplinary thinking, debates, research, innovation, and etc. Legal education leads to be in a competitive exams globally, and also adapting best practices and embracing new technologies, for wider access for timely delivery of justice. Technical education leads to the degrees and programs in engineering and new technologies for embracing a good quality studies and education to the students.
Now I would like to talk about affordable quality education. Every child is entitled to education in India, but unfortunately not everyone is getting quality education. Quality education is the term used to describe the process of education that is designed to help students to develop their intellectual, emotional, physical skills. Quality education allows people to break the cycle of poverty. It helps to reduce inequality and reaches gender equality.
Now let us discuss about the idea of creating the dedicated unit for building of world-class and digital infrastructure and content. As the saying goes, technology in the education is and the journey but not destination, and the capacity to will be needed to orchestrate the various ecosystem players to implement policy objective. A dedicated unit was required in the ministry for the purpose of the building building digital infrastructure, content, and capacity was needed to look after the education needs of both schools and students. That since the technology is evolving, those units need specialists to deliver higher quality education, which would encourage create solutions that not only solve the Indian challenges of scale, equity, but also evolve and keep track of the changes developing in those education. Hence, those expert was withdrawn from the field of administration, education department, e-governance, etc. Now, let us focus on the most important key aspect of NEP, that is online and digital classroom. As we know, the concept of online and digital classroom was not implemented in India till the pandemic 2009, which created havoc in the whole nation. The impact of the COVID-19 leads to the major sectors such as economic, but the educational sector was also affected severely as schools and colleges were closed. No children were going to school, so the government has decided to implement the idea of digital and online classrooms. But the teacher which teaches face to face or in person in the class was is not actually expert in the online classes as well. No one is perfect. So there were trainings and incentives given to the teachers before the implementation of this idea. Many of the teachers were goes to training to know betterment for the online classes, and after that the concept of online and digital classroom was implemented. There were many platforms such as Swayam, Prabhas, Swayam, and Diksha. Diksha platform was mostly implemented in the cities such as Pune, Mumbai. Most of the colleges, schools were enrolled in that. The children were getting their daily task, assignment, homeworks, and online videos of their lectures on that. The textbooks were available, but the main disadvantage of this is that only scholastic activities can be considered in these online classes, not co-scholastics and other tasks were performed in that. So it is the major disadvantage of this online and digital classroom.
National Education Policies 2020 in India aims to overall education system includes school education. Now let's discuss some key features of school education. First is early childhood care and education. National Education Policies emphasizes the importance of EEC, means early childhood care educations, and aims to provide a universal access to every child age up to 6 year by 2025. Second, it is foundational literacy and numeracy. The policy focuses on ensuring that every child should achieve foundational literacy. Third is curriculum framework. National Education Policies 2020 proposes a flexible curriculum framework and promotes a critical thinking, and conceptual understanding. These are some key points of national education. Now let's discuss the higher education points.
Let us discuss on the higher education. In higher education, NEP 2020 provides valuable insights and recommendation of various aspects on education. The main aim is to create thoughtful, well-rounded, and creative individuals. Such individuals may be allotted to study one or more specialized area in them. So, the value such as intellectual curiosity, creativity, ethics, and morality, scientific temperament, and social commitment are allowed to develop without the rigid barriers of stream specialization. The policy is expected to bring long lasting positive impact on the education system. The making India global hubs and skilled manpower during the Amrit Kal. The next 25 years leading up to development India in 1947. Its implementation needs collective efforts of center, status, UTs, HEIS, regulating agencies, regulatory bodies, and all others relevant stakeholders.
Now, let us discuss about the financial issues faced in education. The policy consists and commits the significantly raising investments that are faced during education in India. The educational expenditures are less than the GDP, which is recommended. In addition to the one-time expenditure, primarily related to the infrastructures and resources policy identifies the long-term key thrust. It is commercialized of education which is decided, but the financial issues are still less. There are many issues faced because nobody in the young generation spends a lot on the education. This is still very less which is recommended towards here.
Now let's see an overview on the adult education and lifelong learning. As we know that the opportunity to attend a foundational literacy and basic education and pursue livelihood be stated the basic rights of people to be literate and to have the basic education helps to open a gate to a new world to the people which helps them to improve personally but also professionally. But meanwhile, the one who is illiterate has to face many difficulties. To overcome such problem, we should create an awareness using multimedia, social medias to provide those children education which would help them to develop their life very drastically.
So now let discuss about topic teachers empowerment and professional development. The new education policy 2020 places a strong emphasis of enhancement of empowering teachers and enhancing their professional development. The new policy encourage teachers to engage in a lifelong learning and stay updated with the latest teaching methodologies, technologies, and research. It promoted the establishment of teachers training programs, workshops, and conference to facilitate their growth and development. It recognizes that teachers are experts in their field and encourage them to have say in curriculum design and assessment methods. By creating a positive work environment, the policy aims to enhance the job satisfaction and retention rate among the teachers. The new education policy of 2020 recognizes that the critical role of teachers in shaping futures of education. It aims to empower by providing opportunities for professional growth and supporting a supportive creative environment. By investing in teachers empowerment and their professional development, the policy seeks to enhance the qualities of education. Ultimately it benefits to students.
So we have already discussed on so many topics here in on NEP 2020. Let us now discuss about technology use and integration. So in 2020, national education policy focused on making sure that every school, colleges, universities had the right technology like a good and proper internet connection and computer devices so that it can be useful for the students to keep learning, and teachers also wanted to teach students how to use computers and other tech stuffs so that they could be ready for the future. when students couldn't go to school, they used websites, apps, and other online platforms to keep learning. And as we all know, that pandemic uh, COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the importance of remote learning in all our lives. Policies encourage the adoption of online learning and resources to supplement traditional way of teaching methods. And yeah, these platforms allowed for continuity of education during periods of school closures, and provided flexibility for students to learn at their own pace. By taking of things that we have discussed, like scope of skill development, online education, and technologies, the assessment reform also exists. So in national education policy, the assessment reform means how students learn by just going beyond the exams. It's like finding different ways to know what students know and what they can do. So instead of relying just on exams, the national education policy also focuses on different projects, discussions, presentations, and also some real life task that really helps to know how well the students can grasp. And it is one of the idea to measure the skill and knowledge of students in accurate manner.
Now, in NEP 2020, all individuals should achieve foundational literacy and numeracy by third grade. There need to be flexibility in choosing the program and courses to be launched by the people. There is no proper separation between arts and science stream, curricular and extracurricular streams. In vocational and academic streams, individuals are unable to learn about various languages. Creative thinking and critical thinking are promoted. There is a lot of stress on the national learning of the subject matter. There must be sense of variety and respect for local across streams and courses. There needs to equality among all the streams and courses.
One of the major topic in NEP 2020 is that promotion of Indian languages, arts and culture. As you know, the day-to-day life, many of the Indian culture, language and art has been vanishing through these children's life. It is as important factor to know our own culture, art. Art is a way of expressing our thoughts, happiness, and culture is also important equally. So while making of this policy, they have came across that most of the languages, that is almost 220 languages, has been vanished. Indian languages has been vanished from current scenario. UNESCO, that is United Nations of Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, has reported that 197 Indian languages has been listed in endangered languages. So this is not very good idea. We should nurture our children with the our culture, art forms, and languages. Languages. Thank you.
At last, we conclude our group discussion. So from this, we all learned about the many key aspects, such as online education, and Indian cultures and art, and also about teachers empowerment vision, and also about the actual policy part 1, higher education, and school education, and etc. Thank you.
At last, I would like to deliver vote of thanks. Thank you all for participating in this group discussion. I wish all a happy Women's Day, and thank you for participating in this group discussion. Thank you.